July 2008, while the victims of Jeffrey Epstein were waiting for a day of reckoning that felt inevitable, a document was being signed in a Florida federal office that would effectively silence them for a decade. It was a non-prosecution agreement, an unprecedented legal get-out-of-jail-free card. At the center of the negotiations was one of the most recognizable names in American law, Alan Dershowitz. To the public, he was the Harvard professor and civil liberties icon, but to the Epstein defense team, he was the legal architect. He didn't just represent a client, he engineered a strategy that successfully challenged the federal government's resolve. Today, we peel back the layers of the 2008 deal to ask, where does a zealous defense end and the systemic shielding of a predator begin? I'm Betty. This is The Intersections. Today, Episode 5, The Legal Strategist. The investigative record on Alan Dershowitz isn't found in bank statements or flight logs. It's found in the fine print of court filings. Between 2006 and 2008, Dershowitz was a primary engine for Epstein's defense. His strategy was twofold: aggressively attack the credibility of the survivors and leverage his own stature to open back channels with prosecutors. The result was a legal anomaly. The 2008 NPA granted Epstein immunity from federal charges, but it went further. It protected unnamed co-conspirators. It was a clause that effectively shuttered the investigation before it could reach the broader network. Dershowitz has consistently maintained that his role was strictly professional, a defense of the Fourth and Sixth Amendments. He has been a vocal defender of the deal's legality, even after Epstein's 2019 arrest. But the narrative shifted when the strategist became the story. Virginia Giuffre, a key figure in the Epstein investigation, leveled serious allegations of misconduct against Dershowitz. The response was a legal scorched earth campaign, defamation suits, countersuits, and years of litigation. Here is what the journalistic record shows. Some of those claims have since been withdrawn, others were settled out of court. There are no criminal charges against Alan Dershowitz. There is no definitive legal finding of guilt. What remains is a documented battle of credibility, a legal stalemate that leaves several critical questions unanswered. Alan Dershowitz's involvement in the Epstein case illustrates a recurring theme in this season: the power of the high-profile shield. His strategy didn't just protect a client, it shaped the public and legal narrative for over 10 years. In the end, Dershowitz's legacy in this case isn't just about the law, it's about the gaps in the evidence that the law helped create. But while the legal strategy was being perfected in Florida, the network's reach was expanding far beyond U.S. borders. Next time on The Intersections, we move from the boardroom to the international fashion circuit. We follow the trail of a man whose global scouts turned the modeling industry into a pipeline for the elite. Episode 6, Jean-Luc Brunel, The International Connector. I'm Betty. Thank you for listening.